Live from WFSB, Connecticut's #1 local news, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 7.
It is 7 o'clock on this Tuesday morning, and we start you off with the latest on the coronavirus and some promising news in the race for a vaccine. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Nalepa. Pfizer says its COVID-19 vaccine is more than 90% effective in preventing infection. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Aya shows us why many, though, are feeling cautiously optimistic.
The U.S. has now passed 10 million coronavirus cases. And as 43 states are seeing a surge in cases, a coronavirus vaccine manufactured by Pfizer is showing promise.
90% effective, more effective than we had probably anticipated before.
Pfizer has been using its Groton facility for a lot of the research and development. Connecticut has been preparing for this moment by creating a vaccine advisory group. Priority will go to healthcare workers, frontline staff, the elderly, and those who are high risk. Recipients have to get 2 doses of the vaccine 3 weeks apart. 43,000 people volunteered for the Pfizer study, and the company says no serious safety concerns came up. But manufacturers are aware that convincing the public to get the vaccine remains a challenge.
No corners were cut. We followed this tried and true methodology that has worked so well for us in the past.
Aya Galal, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
News of Pfizer's vaccine gave some companies that have been hurting this year a big boost on Wall Street. Movie chain AMC was up more than 50%. And many airlines and cruise lines also jumped double digits. Meanwhile, tech companies like Amazon, Netflix, and Peloton that have boomed during the pandemic were lower. The Food and Drug Administration just issued an emergency use authorization for Eli Lilly's antibody therapy to treat mild to moderate coronavirus infections. The treatment is cleared for people 12 and older who do not need to be hospitalized. It's given through an IV with the goal of kickstarting an immune response against infection. It's similar to a treatment President Trump received after contracting the virus last month.
All right, hi everybody, good morning. We start off with a dry early morning dual pole radar, the only live Doppler radar in Connecticut. But we do have some fog out there, and there is a dense fog advisory in effect until 9 o'clock this morning for southern New Haven, southern Middlesex, and all of New London counties, as we've seen some really poor visibility down there, so it's really tough going. You'll notice goose eggs in Groton, goose eggs in New Haven, 1 mile in Chester, and even sneaking up into Meriden, a 1/4 mile of visibility there, so driving along Route 9. It might be a little problematic. 91 could also be problematic this morning. Exercise caution. Temperatures, they're just all over the place. Wellington, you bottomed out at 34. You're climbing to 35. 39 in Winstead, 43 in West Hartford, and New Haven at 48 degrees. Let's take a look and see if we can see a little time-lapse photography of the sun coming up. This is the University of New Haven, the West Haven campus. There we go. There's some brightening in the sky. Wow, the leaves are so pretty there on the campus. It's just absolutely gorgeous there. And it's going to be another beautiful day today. The satellite and radar confirms there's not a lot going on. Let me widen out the shot. You'll see the next frontal boundary. It's up towards the north and west, up over the Great Lakes. That's racing in our direction. It'll take a day and a half for it to get here. So by tomorrow afternoon, we are expecting some rain in the state. Whoa, isn't that beautiful? Hartford, good morning to you. Lots of sunshine there. That's going to be burning off that fog. Beautiful in Waterbury, but you can see there traffic is snarled up because of an accident there on I-84. And the temperatures this morning, well, again, they're all over the place. You can pick Willimantic at 36 where you need a winter coat, and then you move to Chester 55 where you need a light jacket. The geographical difference is not too far between Willimantic and Chester, but the temperatures are certainly spread out. So everybody's between 36 and 55 this morning. Again, generally in the mid to upper 40s, so grab a jacket as you head out the door, and you won't need it by later this afternoon. The winds are calm. As we move you through the day today, foggy in parts of CT this morning. Today looks great, and rain for tomorrow, especially tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night and into early Thursday morning. Daytime highs today, I think we're going to get a little bit better than this. I think we're going to be moving into the mid, if not the upper 70s in parts of Connecticut. Like Willimantic, we're going for 77 degrees today. If we get to 76, we'll tie a record. If we get to 77 at Bradley, we will break the record. All right, temperatures along the shoreline, I think are going to get a little bit better than this as well, in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Early morning futurecast. Tomorrow's weather today, high and dry as we march on through the day today. Very little in the way of cloud coverage. Tonight, you'll start to welcome in some clouds and maybe some spot showers and maybe a little drizzle tomorrow morning. This is 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so not the best day tomorrow, but it's still going to be mild. And then a bout of heavier rain rolls in tomorrow night. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow night. That's a pretty good amount of rain, and that rain continues Wednesday night through Thursday morning. Mostly sunny, record warmth a possibility today. Look at those numbers and love them because they do get a little bit cooler as we march on through the end of the week. By the weekend, we're under mostly sunny skies by Saturday with a high of 53, and then a wet and kind of a raw day on Sunday with a high of only 50. That's a check of your early morning forecast. I'm meteorologist Scott Haney at Channel 3. Hope you have a great day. Nicole, back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. It's now 7:05. Connecticut's coronavirus positivity rate right now stands at 3.72%. 27 people have died from the virus since Friday. Nearly 100 new patients were hospitalized. And the rise in cases continues to take its toll on students. All schools in West Haven are closed today for a deep cleaning. There will be no in-person or remote classes today, and the school day will be made up in June. Bailey Middle School and all elementary schools will return for in-person learning on Thursday. Carrigan Intermediate will distance learn Thursday and Friday and then return on Monday. And then West Haven High School will begin remote learning on Thursday and will continue all next week through November 20th. Now, the state is making more changes to youth sports in response to the virus. Athletes in kindergarten through high school are no longer allowed to travel to other states to play, and they can't host out-of-state tournaments either. While some say it takes away from the season, many say they are just happy their kids are able to stay busy.
I don't think it's too hard for the kids with the tournament. At least they're able to play now, so that's better than nothing for us.
The state says it is working with Rhode Island and Massachusetts to enact and enforce these changes. Now, across the country, staggering numbers. More than 238,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. And yesterday, President-elect Joe Biden said he wants every American to wear a mask to help save lives. Channel 3's Deborah Alfarone shows us his first steps to transition to power and President Trump's ongoing efforts to remain in office.
President-elect Joe Biden urged Americans to come together to fight the coronavirus.
We could save tens of thousands of lives if everyone would just wear a mask for the next few months. Not Democrat or Republican lives, American lives.
Some health experts estimate 100,000 people could die by the time Mr. Biden takes office.
Maybe it saves the lives of one of your children's teachers. Maybe it saves your life.
Around the country, the number of cases and hospitalizations are hitting new highs.
These rates of growth are truly chilling.
It is no longer a drift. Our cases are surging up.
Dr. Ashish Jha says even with promising news on the vaccine front, that doesn't mean the pandemic is over.
The vaccine won't be available to the American people, to a majority of the American people, until late into the spring.
Here in Washington, President Trump is refusing to concede and is instead continuing to fight the election results with unfounded claims of voter fraud.
This election is not over. Far from it.
Attorney General William Barr is urging federal prosecutors to pursue substantial allegations of voter fraud, even though there's been no evidence of it. In Georgia, election officials pushed back against Republican allegations they haven't been transparent.
What I don't like is people out there trying to undermine the system.
Judges in Michigan, Georgia, and Nevada have already rejected lawsuits backed by the campaign, saying they presented no serious evidence. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Eyewitness News. Scott mentioned those delays he was seeing in that camera, and I just want to let you know if you are headed out in the Waterbury area, 84 eastbound is closed right between exits 22 and 23. Caitlin's following the delays for you that are now back to exit 17, so you can follow along in the Channel 3 app or another update at 7:27. Have a great day, everyone. Stay healthy, stay positive.